Tonight on DC News Now at 9, the desperate search for a Maryland man with Down syndrome missing since Saturday. We're live with the family's pleas to bring him home.
He was watching my every.
Another twist in the case of a Maryland judge shot to death in his driveway. Tonight, the family of the alleged killer's shocking testimony.
Sunny and warm through the weekend, but a cool down in that 7-day.
Plus, new strategies for curbing retail crime in D.C.
The fight is all together, collectively. It's not, otherwise, it's not going to work.
How businesses in Mount Pleasant feel about Mayor Bowser's new tough on crime proposal. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Flanagan. My co-anchor, Thosmi Mahfouz, has the night off. Our top story tonight is from Montgomery County, where the search for a missing man with Down syndrome is growing desperate by the day. 31-year-old Rashawn Williams was last seen 5 days ago. A new video shows him exiting the Glenmont Metro Station a day after he was reported missing. That's where we find our Michaela Newton joining us live tonight. And Michaela, you spoke with the young man's father tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. In fact, he has been missing for 5 days now. In fact, this was the last place that Rashawn Williams was seen, at the Glenmont Station here in Montgomery County, Maryland. I spoke with his family tonight, who says that they're continuing to look for him. In fact, they say that he should have been found days ago.
Tired of crying. It's going from being sad to being angry now with how the process went as far as the video footage. Could have got the video footage sooner, I'd have found my son myself.
Rashawn's father, Jimmy Hall, is dealing with the reality that his son, 31-year-old Rashawn Williams, is still missing. The Montgomery County Police Department released this video of Rashawn at the Glenmont Metro Station in Montgomery County. You can see him wandering around the station, appearing to be alone.
He ran away from the staff, got on the Metro bus. The bus got to the end of the line at Fort Totten. Then he got off the bus and followed the crowd onto the train.
On Monday, DC News Now was with the family when they posted these flyers in their search for Rashawn. He has Down syndrome, and his family says he is currently a part of an adult day program.
Shawnee boy don't have a sense of knowing where he going.
He relies on us for everything. He relies on us to, take him where he goes, to feed him. He can't care for himself. He's always going to require that since he is nonverbal.
But still, the family has high hopes to find him.
Hug him. Hug him.
And praise God.
And give God thanks. Yes. Glory.
Now, officials say there was a possible sighting near a giant supermarket a little bit earlier tonight, but Rashawn is still missing. But again, his family does have high hopes to find him. For now, reporting in Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.
Well, breaking now at 9, police in Maine are responding to at least 2 active shooter situations in Lewiston. That is the state's second largest city. Authorities say the search for that suspect is now underway right now. The local newspaper there says police and fire are at the Spare Time Recreation Center in Lewiston and also at a bar and grill in that area. Businesses and residents are being asked to shelter in place. And another breaking news story we're following tonight. The United Auto Workers Union says it has reached a tentative contract agreement with Ford. The 4-year deal could bring a close to the union's series of strikes at targeted factories run by Ford, General Motors, and Jeep maker Stellantis. That deal, though, still has to be approved by 57,000 union members at the company. The deal also could set a pattern for agreements with other automakers, although no other agreements have been announced. This is a breaking news story. Of course, we'll pass along any new updates when we learn more. Well, Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman, who pulled a fire alarm in a House office building last month, is now being charged with a misdemeanor. The New York lawmaker triggered the alarm as lawmakers scrambled to pass a bill to avoid a government shutdown. Bowman is expected to plead guilty, formally apologize, and also pay a $1,000 fine. Charge would be dropped if he successfully completes 3 months probation. Targeting crime in the district. Today, Mayor Muriel Bowser meeting with business owners in Mount Pleasant and pitching her newly proposed legislation, the Addressing Crime Trends Now Act. Our reporter Mariel Carbone is live tonight in Mount Pleasant. And Mariel, business owners you spoke with, they are welcoming this new legislation.
Yeah, they are, Chris, because it seems every business owner I spoke to has a story about how crime has affected them. In fact, here at Golden Scissors, the owner tells me recently her glass door, which she now has this gate in front of, was smashed in. Now, she and other business owners say they need help from the city.
It's kind of difficult for our small business to deal with what happened right now.
Rosabelle Arbaiza has seen her fair share of issues since opening her hair salon, Golden Scissors, in D.C.'s Mount Pleasant neighborhood.
Breaking window, breaking door, robbing.
And across the street at Addis Paris Cafe.
One of my customers came inside and it was just like exposing himself. Another person was just swinging like a knife.
Hyman Solomon says the ongoing crime is not only costly financially, but emotionally as well.
Safety is the main thing for us. Yeah.
So she welcomes newly proposed legislation by Mayor Muriel Bowser targeting crime in the district.
It's going to.
Wednesday, Bowser walked the neighborhood with business leaders, listening and sharing.
The Addressing Crime Trends Now.
The legislation in part makes organized retail theft a felony crime and allows for repeated individual thefts like multiple smash and grabs by one person to aggregate over a 30-day period. If the total theft hits $250, it'll fall under organized retail theft.
And that really will help to address some of those repeat patterns.
So I'm very hopeful.
Ralph Bravo, owner of Bowtie, hopes a provision that allows police to temporarily declare areas a drug-free zone can make his patrons feel safer.
I've heard customers say that they avoid walking on our block because of the folks that are loitering, hanging out, often like open-air drug deals.
And a message to business owners during today's community meeting was that if you do have a theft or a robbery, anything that happens at your business, no matter how small, you want to report that to police. That's the only way they can aggregate these crimes or get that criminal off the streets. And Chris, this does still need to go under council review before it's officially voted into law. Reporting live in Mount Pleasant tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Meanwhile, a Maryland zebra owner has been found not guilty in a 2021 animal cruelty case. Jury sided with Upper Marlboro property owner Jerry Hawley today. 2 years ago, 3 of Hawley's zebras escaped their enclosure in Rome, Prince George's County for weeks. The case took a dark turn when one zebra was found dead in a snare trap. Prosecutor Ed Leiden argued Hawley's neglect caused the zebra's escape.
If you bring an animal of that nature who is generally used to being in a wild setting, and you put them in a place that is completely different from that, well, then you have a responsibility to go above and beyond to protect them.
Leiden is pushing for a change to Maryland's laws for exotic animals. Right now, the law does not require stricter rules or responsibilities for those pet owners. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast with weathercaster Brittany Ward in tonight for Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. And Brittany, kiddos can probably wear shorts to school tomorrow.
Yes, definitely could crank out those shorts as we head into your Thursday. It's going to be yet again another beautiful day. Satellite and radar showing you we have some clouds across portions of the DMV, but overall going to be a quiet night out there. Temperature wise, still fairly warm, 65 currently in the nation's capital, lower 60s as you head over there to Hagerstown. Now, stepping out the door tomorrow morning, giving you the green light for your morning commute. Temperatures by that 7 o'clock hour going to be in the lower 80s. We'll be seeing a few more clouds here and there. Then we're holding on to the lower 50s as we head into that 8 and even 9 o'clock hour. We start to warm it up, getting into the mid 50s as we kickstart your Thursday. Now, overall highs rebounding very nicely, getting into the lower 80s as we head through your Thursday afternoon. We'll be seeing that mixture of sun and clouds. And then Friday and Saturday, we're going to be holding on to those warm temperatures. Both Friday and Saturday highs will be in the lower 80s. You'll be seeing a few clouds begin to roll their way through. And then the end of the weekend, that's when we are tracking a few showers as well as a cool down. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk about that 7-day forecast in just a bit.
All right, new details tonight, very disturbing details in the case of a Hagerstown, Maryland judge shot to death in his driveway last week. We're now hearing shocking testimony from the divorce case Judge Andrew Wilkinson presided over just hours before his killing. In that hearing, Judge Wilkinson gave custody of Pedro Argote's children to his wife. That decision believed to have sparked Argote's alleged attack. Our Randy Bass joins us with the newly obtained audio recordings.
Yeah, we had the chance to go through hours and hours of testimony and exchanges between the judge, attorneys, and the Argote family during that final hearing last Thursday. It's all laid out on these courtroom audio tapes we listened to. Some of the details described during that hearing, so disturbing, we won't play them for you here tonight. We start with testimony from his daughter.
He would make me very aware of the fact that there were cameras in the house and that he was watching my every move.
Pedro Argote's adult daughter from another marriage testified last Thursday, telling Judge Andrew Wilkinson she's still working through trauma from her childhood. She says she was, quote, beaten relentlessly with anything he had nearby and would shove her into her mattress to stop her from screaming. She said Argote kept her confined to her bedroom with cameras watching over her and the house through most of her teenage years, saying she was also emotionally abused by her father during that time. She says Argote was also physically abusive to her 4 younger siblings, even when they were infants.
I could hear in the middle of the night from my room my dad slamming the crib against the wall to get her to be quiet. And she was not even a year old.
Another detail laid out in court, his wife told the judge Argote would shove a towel into their baby's mouth to stop them from crying. Judge Andrew Wilkinson hearing all of this and more and making what would be his very last decision in a Washington County courtroom.
That's clear to me that there has been abuse. It's incredible. And so for all those reasons, today, I'm going to grant a divorce from Pedro Argote. Mother is going to have sole legal custody of the minor children.
Keep in mind, Argote was not in the courtroom last Thursday to hear some of the testimony that we had the chance to listen to. He called the courtroom before that hearing to say he had a headache and he wouldn't be there. He didn't show up for the hearing, and Judge Wilkinson proceeded with new testimony without him. Right now, the search for Argote is still very much underway. In Hagerstown, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Well, the Wilkinson family released a statement for the first time today. It says, in part, my family and I are touched by the overwhelming response. We're grateful for their prayers, thoughts, and love during this tragic time. Meanwhile, tonight on Capitol Hill, House Republicans have finally elected a new speaker, Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson. This time, the Republican support was unanimous. Today, in his first order of business, Johnson called up a resolution supporting Israel. The House backed the resolution, which reaffirms U.S. commitment to Israel and calls on Hamas to cease attacks and release every hostage.
It's been quite a process. Democracy is messy sometimes, but it is our system. This conference that you see, this House Republican majority, is united. We have a very busy agenda. We have appropriations bills to get through the process, but you're going to see this group working like a well-oiled machine.
And coming up at 9:30, I speak to a reporter from our media partners live at the Hill about the new speaker and also what it means for a potential government shutdown. Well, D.C. will have to say goodbye to the National Zoo's giant pandas a little earlier than expected. The zoo announcing the bears will be leaving for China in mid-November. That's a few weeks earlier than initially announced. This will mark the first time in 23 years D.C. will not have any pandas. Now, they've been international icons, of course, at the zoo for 5 decades now, thanks to an agreement with China. Looks like that agreement will not be renewed as it has been in previous years. So that is a bummer. So you want to go see them? Yeah. Better hurry up, right? I mean, so many hundreds of thousands of people over the years have seen them.
So cute too.
They're adorable, aren't they?